All right, RP Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us along with Ratan Sharda, author, Sajid Supariwala, leader of the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Bal Thackeray, and Vivek Bansal, senior leader of the Congress. Sajid Supariwala, irrespective of what Jack Dorsey says, as exposed by the Twitter files, he is hardly somebody to hold forth on democracy and free speech. Don't you think you may just have bet on the wrong horse in trying to call Mr. Modi a dictator?
I'm sorry, I would like you to repeat the question, please, because I was not getting your point properly. Who has pointed fingers at whom? First point is that.
Okay. Have you pointed, do you think Mr. Modi is a dictator based on what Jack Dorsey has said?
Let me tell you one thing. It's a very sorry state of affairs today in India that in spite of being 54.6% population farmers, we are being questioned on farmers and agriculture and why they are not getting their rights. They have to fight for their rights. Instead of calling anybody a dictator or not, it is for the public, it is for the Indians, and it is for the world to see that what is the condition of our farmers today.
The point right now, hold on a second. Let's not conflate too many issues and make a khichdi of it. My simple point is that Jack Dorsey says that Mr. Modi or this government asked them to take off accounts which are critical of them or they will be raided. Pursuant to that, most opposition parties have said that he is Idi Amin, Hitler, dictator, emergency. My point is that Jack Dorsey is hardly anyone who can hold forth on free speech. So don't you think to use his comments as a crutch to call the Prime Minister a dictator is ill-advised?
I'll get now I can speak my mind. What
yes,
I'm
please.
Trying to say. Yeah. First and foremost, these are my personal views as a citizen of India, not anybody's, but my personal views as a citizen of India. And all of us feel that not only on these farmers ka thing, but also on many other things, there has been a little mockery of democracy somewhere or the other. Everything has been implemented or burdened on the citizens of India without informing them about certain things. Notebandi, same thing happened. GST, same thing happened. Farmers are being punished for no reason. They should, in fact, we should be. I'm coming to the point. So these are the qualities of not a democracy, but this is a quality. I'm coming to the point. See, instead of calling anybody a dictator, I would like to tell you something here, that why not, instead of naming each other, why cannot Mr. Modi ji, our Honorable Prime Minister, come to the point and just handle things the way it should be, or acting like a dictator? It is his choice.
Okay,
people
sir, with the greatest of respect, I don't even know what your problem is.
Coming to power by people.
And what is it that you're trying to say pursuant to what Jack Dorsey commented? Maybe Vivek Bansal, you would care to tell me what exactly is the problem. Jack Dorsey said...
Jack Dorsey's comment, you are talking about...
Yeah, okay, just hold on a second. Vivek Bansal. Jack Dorsey said, government made us withhold certain accounts. Supriya Srinath said, oh, he's like Hitler. Why?
You see, the comment of Jack Dorsey corroborates what we had been saying for a long time, that democracy is somehow being diluted in this country, where government institutions are being used to silence the opposition voice or to bulldoze the voice of the opposition. This has been happening.
For example?
And you see, sorry, I'm saying that this corroborates the viewpoint of the Congress party or the opposition, alleging that the present day government is trying to muzzle down the voice of the opposition, irrespective of farmers' agitation, irrespective of discussion in the parliament subsequent to disclosure of the Hindenburg report.
Then tell me, if you're saying that opposition parties, your worst suspicions were that opposition parties were being muzzled on social media. Can you name me which opposition parties leaders who tweeted about the farm law, their account was withheld on request of the government?
No, I am not saying that.
Then what are you saying?
I am not.
You just said my worst suspicions are that opposition is being muzzled. As of today,
You just don't have to.
as of today, here is what the Congress has said, that Modi is Hitler और वो कायर है. That tweet and that account is still up. So ये कैसा हिटलर है जो अपनी हिटलर शाही के खिलाफ ट्वीट को छोड़ देता है, मिस्टर बंसल?
Over a period of time, the way the opposition voice is being whittled, the way parliament discussions are being not held.
We will talk about parliament on a separate day.
Small examples. It is one of the small disclosures that government is manipulating the media through its sheer power and through its sheer heft. That's what I'm saying.
Are you saying कि government ने media की हवा निकाल दी?
Sorry?
Never mind. Mr. Bansal, again you haven't quoted to me a single example. You are saying that the opposition's voice is being muzzled on Twitter और आज Jack Dorsey ने सिद्ध कर दिया. Name to me one account of an opposition leader who has tweeted on farm laws and was withheld. One account.
I am not saying that, neither do I remember any Twitter account. Over a period of time, I am talking about the trend. I am talking about the trend which is prevailing in the country. And he's corroborating that. So you just wave it aside what Jack Dorsey is saying. I'm simply saying that it is one of the examples that democracy in this country, open discussion in this country, discussion in the parliament.
That is really the most vague thing that I have heard so far. Parliament discussions happen if people do not walk into the well, and even now on Twitter, there are accounts who day in and day out say, ये तानाशाह है, ये डरपोक है, ये ऐसा है, ये फेकू है, ये झूठ बोलता है, इसकी हवा निकल गई, etc., etc., and they all continue to be there because that is what presumably democracy is. RP is saying, why did the government try to shut down the voice of farmers?
Padmaja, you questioned the gentleman, Mr. Bansal from the Congress party, asking him one Twitter account which was shut down or which was muzzled down by the ruling party, or which Twitter was asked to muzzle to shut down. None, except I'll tell you which was the account which government asked the Twitter to close, and that was referendum 2020. The problem is Congress, they support all such accounts which want to disintegrate my country. And then there's nothing wrong if we ask the Twitter to shut down the 2020 referendum or Khalistani accounts, or people who support Khalistani agenda or separatist agenda in the country. So what's wrong in it? And also, you remember of 26 January during the farmer agitation, a boy died because his tractor turned down, and one of the very senior journalists from the Luton Daily reported that, oh, he has been killed by the bullet of the police. So if this sort of reporting was happening, obviously this need intervention, and I'm saying on record, because of that tweet, later on the whole of that what happened in Red Fort happened because of that, because all that agitation further got aggregated because of that. No, give me a second. But let's understand what's the key issue. Key issue is why Mr. Jack Dorsey is getting up. I mean, he just got up after 2 years. Because he had left-leaning, he is accepted on record that I am left-leaning and I follow the left-leaning. And my company also is trying to follow the left-leaning. He is on record, I'll send you the details on that. But as a businessman, as an enterprise, he couldn't afford to pursue that. Now since he's out of the company, he's out of the business, he is trying to pursue his left-leaning. And that's why he's trying to build up an ecosystem.
Ratan Sharda, a lot of people are saying there should be absolute free speech. For example, in Canada, when India said that the float with the assassination of Indira Gandhi being portrayed was taken out, when India commented against it, Canada said, oh, this is the standard of free speech in Canada. We allow this. Free speech honi chahiye. India mein also, everything should be allowed on Twitter. Free speech.
Well, the same Canada doesn't allow anybody to speak against wokeism, against gender fluidity and all those issues which afflict the society. Coming to Jack Dorsey himself, he is acclaimed left one. to why these opposition people should have been convoluted, making rounds and rounds of their arguments. But I would ask them why they believe Pakistan, China, US, Twitter, but not Indian people at all, neither in the Indian media houses. During farmer agitation, there were heated debates all through the farmer agitation. None was stopped. People sitting from 2014 onwards have been there since the last 10 years. All of them have been saying for last 10 years, democracy in danger, they are being throttled, but they've been coming on TV happily. None of them have been muzzled. Shiv Sena guy speaking very grandly forgets that his government did the most to suppress the voice of channels, arrested people, social activities. So let us not talk about this thing because Congress is the same ground. For me, a person who suppressed Hunter Biden files, who suppressed the entire laptop evidence, has no right to claim to be Raja Harishchandra. A person who deplatformed Trump, he has no right.
Exactly the argument that we began with, that somebody who has been exposed number of times as having suppressed a certain kind of thought, a certain kind of commentary, a certain kind of ideology, simply because of the kind of ideology that he pursues, can he really hold forth about free speech and the state of it in India's democracy? Think about that. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for joining me. That's it then from me on this edition of The Nation Wants to Know. I'll see you next at 10 on the News Hour agenda.